Good morning, everyone. So, 21st of December, the kids are getting excited. Not far to go for Christmas. and for us, it could be holidays for a while, but we'll see. Yeah, not a lot to report. Yesterday, everyone's just working on boats and the place is looking good. We've got our banners up. People are buying merchandise. In fact, we're going to run out of merchandise. I can see we bought about 4 or 5 big boxes over. And it's going fast. So there you go. Must be Christmas presents or something. And posters and programs and all that stuff. We went sailing last night on the harbour with the Christmas race from the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. So thanks for Mike and Murray and the boys for the invite. It was great. We had 10 people on the boat. And that was Ada and I. And there was another boat with with Georgie and Marco and other people. So we were all split around the place. Jane decided not to go. Jack decided not to go, but it was fun. Auckland certainly turns it on for those fun races. It's no extras, so just mainsail and head sail, and a lot of fun and drinks and nibbles after, and blah blah blah, as you do. So straight to the tracker. Looks like White Shadow should be in sometime tomorrow morning. And let's just wait and see. If I hit that again, I'll pop up down the bottom, I think. Yep, there I am. So now I've got to go over here. Just interesting looking at the weather again, the whole lot. Huge trade winds up here, but it's pouring into the trade winds are pouring into the Tasman. So they have an influence on what goes on here. And I'm just bringing that up because it looks like Explorer is not going to make a fast transit to New Zealand. It's all changing on about the 26th. It'll be headwinds. Anyway, let's just come down here and we'll go straight to Explorer and Sterner. They're just about to roll over to the 9 o'clock position. You can see Sterner's facing the other way right now. That's because they would have been in this calm stuff. Is that rolled over? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hang on a sec. Now I'm losing track of where we are. It's 9 o'clock. So too early in the morning. Okay, so it's 4 o'clock UTC, so that's 4 o'clock in the morning here for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Anyway, what do we got? 6.2. Now I'm gonna chop this through. That's not booting up. It's been sitting there for a while. I'm just going to walk it through. There's not too many people with this. I'm just going to reboot everything, and by the time we get there, it should reload, and we'll be up to the next position report. Put the weather in here, get the latitude and longitude there, and what do we got here? That's not right. I think 7, 8. We're just still waiting for the latest position. It's not come through yet. We're 4 minutes down, so I'm not sure why. It's a bit boring. Anyway, we can see where they are a few hours ago, 4 hours ago. Explorer was making 6.2 knots, 98 mile a day, because it was light winds are in this area here. Same with Sterner. In fact, I think the reason she's dipping south down here is because there was a very light winds. This would have been on top of her over those 4 hours, and we're just now expecting it to push through. Oh, there it goes. It says now the 8 o'clock position, which is our 9 o'clock, but nothing's changed. That's weird, because Explorer is on 4 o'clock and Sterner is on 8 o'clock, but the position hasn't changed. The track of the boat. So there's a glitch going on there. Let's see what's happening to White Shadow. Maybe it'll settle itself down in a minute. I might reboot again. So this is their 8 o'clock position UTC in the evening, which is 9 o'clock in the morning here. So at least White Shadow is right. So we'll have a look at that, and then I'll go back and maybe reboot for the others. So you can see they finally got around Cape Reinga, and they've got very light winds just forward of the beam, close reaching, which is a good thing, because if you've got light winds, it's better to have it in front than behind. But they're only making 4.5 knots, 116 miles to go. And if I boot this up, if we watch the wind, and I had a look on windy, it's going to be reasonable. It's very light at the moment, but you'll see the colour should start to increase a bit. You can see a bit more colour there now. So as long as they don't get caught inshore with some fluffy stuff, they should still keep sailing. And I reckon they're going to keep sailing at about 5 to 6 knots. So it should be 6 knots pretty much all the way down. And that's suggesting to me, without getting too technical, that they could be in tomorrow morning sometime, not tomorrow afternoon. This is the big fudge factor. You can see there's no wind around Auckland. It's very light, not a lot happening, but generally they'll have just enough breeze to keep sailing. And then you can see there starting to follow through from the northeast all the way down into Auckland. So that's in the early hours of the morning. And then it's still there. There's still a breeze all from the northeast, and they'll ride that. They'll put everything up. So I'm pretty certain it'll be sometime tomorrow morning, which is kind of cool. And I got confused with our welcome party for the fleet at the Royal New Zealand Yacht Squadron. I thought it was Friday night. I was saying they'll hose themselves down the marina and be straight to the party. Party's actually on Saturday night, so they're going to have plenty of time. They'll be able to clear customs, immigration, go to wherever they're going to live, have a shower, try to get a sleep on the first night. No one ever sleeps on the first night because you're still on watch, usually. Or in fact, I used to crash on the first night, but the second night was hopeless and the third night was hopeless. You'd be up and, feeling the walls, looking for the autopilot or whatever. So look forward to that. We'll do an update on the ETA today. A couple of times. I'll post the first one, later this afternoon, and then we check it again tonight and work out what's going on in the morning. But I would say pretty clearly sometime tomorrow AM. Could be early, could be late AM, but I think it'll be early. So let's just go back now and see if Sterner and Co have kicked in. And where are they? There's Explorer. Let's see. Sterner's now 8 o'clock because, they're still dipping south. They probably might be worried about the calms coming behind them. Okay, so Sterner, 5.9 knots. They got a good sou'wester there, taking it on the beam. It suggested only a 41 nautical mile day because wrong weather there. Forget that. Scrap that. They had light winds, and that's why they would have dipped down to stay in this breeze. That's for sure. Explorer's still hanging in there up the top, but I'll show you what's going on with the future here, looking forward a week, and I'll go a couple of days first. So this is what they've got. You can see this some stronger winds coming through the back, but Explorer's going to get another light spot. So Sterner's going to stay in that breeze. So is Explorer. So that light spot won't last very long at all. This is taking it through to till tomorrow. Okay, so there's tomorrow. They've got good breezes. They'll make good times, 180 mile days, maybe 200 mile days. Then it keeps going. Explorer will be around here. It's a bit softer, but they'll still be going. Sterner's going to have a bit more breeze. They're down lower. And then there's some decision making to take on here. Here they might start to just follow this breeze through. Excuse me. But it could get challenging. They could park for a little bit. But by the time, let's just look at the 25th. This is where it starts to get really iffy. Now, the 25th is 4 days ahead, so that could be about up to 800 miles. So they're going to be down around here somewhere. I'm going to send them down a little bit. I'll send them down and try and keep in this gradient. So imagine now they're sitting here. If you look at the Tasman, it's a bit of a mess, and there's some headwinds up here, so there's no use pointing through. Anyway, I'm going to head them down a little bit, but herein then becomes the challenge. At that point, you'll see what's happening here. They've got headwinds. They've got a trough to try and get through, or the center of a high. This is sort of a high that's stretched. There's the high here. There's another one down here, and there's a squash bit in the middle. I don't know how they get across that. But you're starting to see some headwinds developing in the Tasman. There's no easy meal ticket here. So there's an easterly. They could start heading up in this direction on the nose. It's not heavy, but it's also not good. They can't come across here to get on the west coast because it's starting to kick in from the east, and then there is this high generalized high happening, and so there's this northeasterly airflow, which is exactly where they want to go, and this is on the 27th. But so by the 27th, normally they'd be right about here somewhere. They've got headwinds. You immediately think, oh, maybe they should have been going up through Bass Strait. But if you just watch it, what's happening here, there's well, it starts to think, oh boy, should you go up there or not? But it just starts to turn on the 28th, and then it's still messy, suggesting to go through the middle rather than down the west coast. Normally this is where you go, but there's a very strong airflow there. This is starting to get a long way ahead. This is 8 days ahead, and the forecast could all change, but it means going up through the centre of the Tasman, and that's always risky because it can turn on you really quickly. Anyway, that looks like it's just going to be try the best, come down the bottom still, start to try and head up in those headwinds, they're light headwinds, and then just take it as it comes, because it could all change. It could all change, but it's certainly not as easy when you look at what the rest of the fleet had going up there. So anyway, I've been saying they could get to the 6 depending on what the Tasman delivers, but the Tasman looks like it's going to do its thing in strange ways, so it might cost them a few days. Anyway, for now, they're all fine. Everything's good. I'll just pop back here and say good day, see if anyone's got any comments. Yeah, just getting ready for Christmas is the big ring. When do you expect the latest ships in Auckland? Before I've been saying earliest to 6, maybe it'll be the 7th, 8th, or 9th, something like that. 7th, 8th, or 9th. We should start to think about Explorer and Sterner coming in, something like that. Morning, Christine. See you soon. Great to get these updates. Not a problem. From Ireland, Adelaide. Hey, Dunn, if Explorer has a daily HF radio monitoring time, do you know what time and frequency? I certainly do, but we don't disclose that to the public. Otherwise, people try and get on them. And certainly for the whole fleet, we don't worry about it. And in actual fact, because it's only Sterner and Explorer talking to each other, they're quite close. They haven't been able to hook up. So what we did, we just sent them a message a couple of days ago, gave them both each other's satellite phone number. Because they're not in the rankings, they can do they're not really covered by the normal sailing rules. So they both have their satellite phone numbers. We suggested that at 1200 local New Zealand time, they make a call and they test the radios while they're on the phone to pick the best frequency at various times during the day, because it is fun and it's a safety thing as well that they're talking on the radio. So by now, I would say they are actually linked up and making communications on the radios as well. So we'll look forward to seeing them. Morning, Joe. Tough decision ahead. Yeah, the forecast is looking funny. Godspeed's still in Cape Town? I think so. I haven't been following that for a while, but the intention was to get it back to America, I think, or up to the Canaries or something, and she's up for sale right now. So a few boats are for sale, actually. If you wanted to buy Translated, you could buy her now. She's not going to be available till the end of the race, but Translated is for sale. If you wanted to buy Outlaw is for sale. If you wanted to buy Explorer is not for sale. Who else is for sale? I think that's all at the moment. Yeah, but a few of the boats will come up for sale at the end of the race for sure. And there's a few people watching because we've got quite a few ready, waiting for the notice of race for 2027. In fact, even yesterday we had conversations with a few people here. There's no New Zealand entry in the OGR, but there should be for 27. So we will see. Okay, that's it. So have a good day. Count the days to Christmas, and we will see you tomorrow. So see you later.